It's time for Eye Openers Wikipedia Am I Now?
Hey, if you've been on Facebook or Twitter in the last week, then you've probably come across angry posts from people complaining about how fans of Kanye West don't know who Sir Paul McCartney is. Well, even though this looks like it might be a simple case of people and the media not understanding what sarcasm is, it got us thinking. Maybe there really are people who don't know who this old singing guy is. First off, Paul McCartney was in a little band of rock and roll musicians called the Beatles. Long story short, in less than a decade they made 12 amazing studio albums, came to the US, sold out stadiums, made movies, changed the world, and broke up in 1970. And they sold somewhere in the neighborhood of 600 million records. So what has Sir Paul been up to in the last 45 years? Well, a lot. First, he went solo with his self-titled album McCartney, which on it has one of the best songs of all time.
Baby, I'm amazed the way you're with me all the time. Maybe I'm afraid of the way I leave you.
Then in 1971, Paul and his then-wife Linda formed the band Wings, and in its 10-year run released 7 albums with 14 songs in the top 10, 6 of which reaching number 1. They did everything from pop hits like Jet,
I can almost remember that funny face.
to the title track of a James Bond film. In the 80s, Paul went solo again and hasn't stopped working. He's collaborated with the likes of Stevie Wonder,
Ebony and ivory live together in perfect harmony.
and even Michael Jackson.
Just look at my face, these tears ain't drying.
And during the making of Say Say Say, Paul told the young Michael Jackson the real key to making money in the music business was to own the publishing rights to songs. So the first chance he had, Michael bought up the publishing rights to the Beatles catalog. And unfortunately, that wasn't the only personal problem Sir Paul has had. In 1998, Paul's first wife Linda died after almost 30 years of marriage. Then in 2002, Paul married the one-legged former model Heather Mills, only to separate in 2006 and then officially divorced in 2008, which cost him almost $49 million. Then in 2011, Paul married Nancy Shevell, and they're still together. All in all, Paul McCartney has released more albums than almost anybody, including a symphony. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, has a 12-inch vinyl for his single Hope for the Future from the video game Destiny coming out today. He's been knighted, been on The Simpsons, and best of all, he was on The Chris Farley Show.
You remember when you were with the Beatles? Everyone thought that you were dead. That was a hoax, right?
Yeah, I wasn't really dead.